We're going to give it a few moments before we begin.
So that you maybe smell. Open that, you still smell good instead of be sticky. Because I know that age is coming. Keep that stuff because you are 18. Really?
You guys got a basketball team?
Hoffaday, GIAA. Hoffaday, good morning and welcome to the Office of the Governor of Guam. We're delighted to have you here this morning to proclaim January 2025 in recognition of the 49th anniversary of the Antonio B. Wampat International Airport Authority, Guam. Before we begin, of course, I want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Joshua F. Tenori, our Acting Governor of Guam. To his left, making his debut as the Acting Lieutenant Governor of Guam, the Honorable Frank Blas Jr. Joining us from the 38th Guam Legislature, that'll take some getting used to. The 38th Guam Legislature, Senator Tina Munya Barnes joining us. Senator Sabrina Solis Natanani. Senator William Mark Parkinson. Senator Christopher M. Duenas. And Senator Jesse Anderson Lujan. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our Deputy Chief of Staff, former Senator Clint Rogel. Joining us from the GIAA, we have the Chairman, Brian Bamba. Vice Chair, Dick Softy. and Secretary Don Weekly. GIAA, of course, led by Executive Manager John JQM Kinata and Deputy Executive Manager Dr. Artemio Ricky Hernandez. Comptroller Daphne Mans-Shimazu. Airport Services Manager Gene Ariola. Air Terminal Manager Juan Regis. And Art Chief Raymond Matanonia. Keep those applause coming for Chief of Airport Police Vince Napati. Engineer Supervisor Audie Artero. Superintendent of Operations Raymond Catanizza. Superintendent of Properties and Facilities Ken McDonald. Property Manager Joseph Havlana. And all of those representing the 8 divisions of the airport. That's accounting, administration, aircraft, rescue and firefighting division, airport police, engineering, operations, properties and facilities, and property management employees. Let's give you all a round of applause. And all of those tuning in virtually, this event is being live streamed on the governor's YouTube page. That's at GovLou Guam. I now want to give the floor to Chairman Brian Bomba for his opening remarks. Brian.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me. I will keep this very brief, but I just wanted to welcome everyone this morning on this significant day of proclaiming Airport Week. It's our 49th year, and I'm very thankful and grateful for the support that the governor and lieutenant governor have given us. And now that we have a new legislature in place, we're very optimistic in the opportunities to work together and to explore what I feel is a good time for us to diversify and present some opportunities to develop a very significant piece of our community and the airport properties. And I'd like to say on behalf of the board of directors to all of our employees who really make up this organization and what it is today, there's a lot of institutional knowledge, not only in this room, but throughout the agency. And I consistently say that it's definitely the best place, the best agency in the government to work for and to work with. And so on behalf of the board of directors and management, I'd like to say congratulations to everyone, and let's do this.
As well as the Chairman Bomba. I now want to give the floor to Executive Manager John M. Kinata.
Thank you, Crystal. Governor, acting governor, lieutenant governor, acting lieutenant governor, and speaker, of course, Frank Blas. Our oversight chair, Senator Jesse Anderson Lahanan, and was just made aware officially, I think, that our vice chair would be Chris Duenas. Senator Salas Mantanani, Senator Will Parkinson, and the person that looks like my wife that night, Senator Barnes. Thank you. It's exciting. You know, this year we're proclaiming our proclamation of our 49th anniversary, and we call it Airport Week. But I think senators and speaker and governor, next year I think we need to make it Airport Month. And the reason for that is a lot of our events that are happening has already started, and it'll culminate at the end of the month with our recognition of our employees, outstanding employees that are here at the airport. Our theme this year is pop art, pop culture, and the reason for that is we have pop-in employees at the Guam International Airport Authority. Is that correct? You know, in 1952, they laid the groundwork that the Guam wanted to go towards tourism and to promote tourism on the island. And of course, laying all that groundwork in 1976, Public Law 13-57 established the Guam International Airport Authority. And so that was there we had to acquire, construct, reconstruct, purchase, extend, improve and operate the airport. And that's when it was still under NAS. We did all that. So 49 years later, now we're a self-sustaining autonomous government agency charged with the mission of keeping the airport safe and secure for the traveling public. I'm really excited because I see that our new authority in the legislature, and our oversight chair has been very active with us, even in the last legislature. But more so now that he's our oversight chair, we're excited because we see things that will progress us forward in the next decade, or maybe even the next century. And one of those things, and you know, I'm excited to hear that he's got legislative language already ready to go, ready to be put in, to hopefully support us with our leases at the airport. Hopefully 30 years. I hear good things. I hear around the airport industry is really, if you can go 30, that's awesome. But if you can go up to 50 years, even more investments will come in to the airport. And hopefully, like I said, I feel the positive vibes coming in from our oversight chair and our leadership in the 38th Guam legislature, and hopefully that will come in to play. This year, Governor and Acting Lieutenant Governor, our events already started with our 49th. We had an awesome 5K run, which kicked off the first 5K of 2025 for the island of Guam. We had 429 runners that registered, although there was more runners that ran, but 429 that registered, and we're kicking off the 5K runs for the year. We also had a billiards tournament that was very successful for the airport. And then we had the softball tournament that ended last weekend. And then yesterday, our golf tournament. Usually in a golf tournament, if you get 100 golfers, that's excellent, awesome. But our golf tournament yesterday, to fill up the golf course, it's 144 golfers to fill it up. We had 151. 151. And all that is because of all these hardworking employees that come. So coming up today, we have the proclamation signing, we have the wave, we have the mass, and tomorrow we have the basketball tournament that's going on. And then the FOD walk will end the events, and then to recognize all our outstanding employees, our poppin' employees, next week, Friday, and of course, all you senators are invited, please reserve. But next week, Friday, is when we're going to award all these outstanding employees. All the employees are outstanding, but we're going to recognize best of the best next week. So you're all invited to our event next week. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank all employees that are here. Us, executive management, our board, we're here to assist. But you know what? You employees are the backbone of why our airport continues to be safe and secure 24/7. I'd like to thank you and wish you the best for 2025. We're gonna be making some good improvements, and 50th year we're gonna be even better. Viva GIAA! Viva! Viva Airport!
Thank you so much, JQ. I now want to give the floor for his remarks. I want to give the floor to the Honorable Joshua Tenorio, Acting Governor of Guam.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Adelup, everybody, and thank you for being here. And I just want to recognize all the hardworking airport employees that have worked hard to make the airport a high-performing agency. You know, in the airport's history and its DNA, a lot of leaders have come to the helm to serve, including former Lieutenant Governor Frank Blas, the Speaker's dad, who served as a chairman of the airport authority within the last 20 years. And so I know that he and others know all the promise that the airport has to the economic development of the island, to showcase the expertise that our island people have, but always to be in the forefront of innovation. It really is a lifeline to the people of Guam. It is a source of prosperity. And I really, really want to thank all of you for the great work. I want to thank the board members for volunteering to be part of this team, to help lead us. And I do want to say, I do recognize and thank this new spirit of cooperation that we see from the majority. And the chairman, Senator Lujan, has talked to me about his vision, our collective vision to bring in more investment into Guam, to get Anchor Airlines to construct new hangars, to be able to expand the kind of job opportunities that will not only secure jobs for our own people, but be a pathway to return those that have been trained elsewhere, that are longing to be here, that are looking for that opportunity. And I really believe strongly that the big picture thinking and smart strategic thinking that our chairman and the vice chairman and the members of the legislature that understand that in order to move the island forward, we need to identify reputable long-term investors that are going to come in and help expand what we have on Guam. Now, I often say that, our geography obviously never changes. And sometimes our geography is a burden, like on the national security front. It's a burden that will never change. And as we know, the descendants of all those that are from Guam, the Chamorros, we've carried this burden for many places in the world to keep this part of the world free and open. But this geography also gives us unique opportunities that can identify commercial opportunities that help our people. And this is what we do together, is to find a pathway forward to secure the investment and to now prepare Guam for its future. Its future is bright. And it's bright because we have leaders that understand where we need to go. And those leaders come from the airport. It comes from the innovation from the airport authority, for the airport employees, comes from the leadership in the board and the executive management office. It's coming here from ADLUP, and finally it is coming from the legislature. With the chairman, I know there are members, Senator Bard, Senator Parkinson have been there in the past, but we have more people that are like-minded now that can understand and see why we need to work together for our island's prosperous future. So congratulations to everybody in the airport. Let us know when all these events are. I heard about some of them. I know the governor was at the 5K. That's not normally my thing, but look forward to joining all of you. Congratulations, and Viva Airport.
Thank you, Acting Governor. I now want to give the floor to the Honorable Frank Blas Jr., Acting Lieutenant Governor of Guam.
Thank you, Crystal, and thank you, all of you, for being here today. The great thing about following him is all I have to say is ditto. Okay. But it's very exciting, and I tell you, talk about karma. To be able to sit here, this is an honor to be able to affix a Frank Blas signature, okay, on something that involves the airport. 49 years, that's a great accomplishment. One of the things that my father always used to tell me, he goes, that he finds the airport so key to our economy, to our lifeline, to our lifeblood on Guam, because you are the first people see when they land, and you are the last people that people see when they leave. And so the impressions that they have are going to take them, and then that will in itself talk about the hospitality and just the fun and the warmth that they experience on this island. And it starts with all of you. And I want to say thank you very, very much. I want to add to the governor's, talk about the chairman here. Many of us, if you listen, people have certain quirks and certain words that they always seem to repeat when you're having conversation. Okay? One thing that Senator Jess always repeats is cabotage or airport. Okay? Now I know why. Okay? And so it's an honor, and I'm just excited. Like I said, every time we talk to Jess, I know I'm going to hear about it. Okay? But it's an exciting times, and now that he's, sometimes I think I better bridle this guy a little bit before he puts too much. But no. I think that there's enough of the frustration and enough of the help that he wants to be able to do this and he wants to do this because of all of you. Thank you very much, and I'm proud and honored to be here to be able to join you in celebrating 49 years. I can't wait for 50. Yeah. Right? So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Acting LT. And now for the reading and the signing of the proclamation. Our reader today is Deputy Executive Manager Dr. Ricky Hernandez. Please come to the podium.
Proclamation number 2025-03, a proclamation of the governor proclaiming January 2025 in recognition of the 49th anniversary of the Antonio B. Wonpat International Airport Authority Guam. Whereas the Antonio B. Wonpat International Airport Authority Guam, also known as the Guam International Airport Authority GIAA, is the westernmost U.S. airport and the island's only commercial airport, serving as a vital regional hub for the Micronesian region and providing critical air links between the islands of the Marianas and Micronesia, major cities in Asia, and Honolulu. Whereas in January of 1976, Public Law 13-57 created the GIAA to acquire, construct, reconstruct, purchase, extend, improve, better operate, and maintain buildings, infrastructure, manage and develop infrastructure, equipment, and services to support commercial air operations, taking over operations of the Guam International Airport from the Department of Commerce and utilizing the airfield under a joint use agreement with the U.S. Navy. Whereas since that time, the airport has constructed 2 terminal buildings funded by revenue bond sales, the first opening in 1982 for $43 million, and the second renovation and expansion project culminating in the current terminal facility that opened in 1996 for $241 million. At the time, this was the largest capital improvement project ever undertaken on Guam. And whereas GIAA further expanded the terminal facility and invested in safety and security with the construction and opening of the $130 million third-floor international arrivals corridor, allowing for the federally mandated separation of arriving and departing passengers in January of 2023. And whereas GIAA is currently undergoing a 4-phase, $41.7 million apron rehabilitation project to repair and strengthen apron areas, the pavement surface surrounding the terminal where aircraft park, to include the rehabilitation, correction, and repair of the taxiway connecting aprons to runways. Whereas the GIAA is programming over $70 million in aesthetic and refurbished facility improvements to its terminal flooring, roofing, and external surfaces, upgrades to its conveyance systems, extension of fuel lines, rehabilitation of passenger loading bridges, replacement and upgrade of runway lights, noise mitigation efforts, and a feasibility study for an airport microgrid system. And whereas a total investment of $970 million has been made in infrastructure, equipment, and development of the main terminal, expanded and improved runways and taxiways, the airport's south ramp areas, including private investments in express air freight facilities, the Guam Integrated Air Cargo Facility, and various airport properties in Tidzin, which now encompass the newly dedicated David D. Tuncap Aviation Business Park. And whereas at its pre-pandemic peak, GIAA processed over 3.8 million arriving, departing, and transit passengers, and is now in recovery mode, creating a viable business environment for airlines and support services to operate to recapture air services and capacity to Guam to pre-pandemic levels. And whereas currently 8 partner passenger airlines, United Airlines, Korean Air, Philippine Airlines, Japan Airlines, Jin Air, Jeju Air, Tiway Air, China Airlines, charter operations by Starlux Airlines, and commuter operations by Star Marianas, provide direct passenger services to 14 destinations in key Asia airports in Japan, which include Narita, Haneda, Osaka, and Nagoya, Korea, which includes Incheon and Busan, and Taiwan, which includes Taipei, to the islands of Micronesia, Chuuk, Pohnpei, and Yap, to the Republic of Palau and Koror, and the islands of the Marianas, Saipan, and Rota, and Hawaii, including Honolulu. Whereas in addition to GIAA and airlines, other key airport partners in food and beverage, retail, car rentals, tour and ground agents, taxis, shared rides, and aviation support services such as ground handlers, phone and SIM rentals, cabin cleaners, fuelers, custodial maintenance, equipment contractors, construction companies, and other support service providers make the airport a vibrant community with over 3,450 personnel working to support Guam's tourism-based economy and direct air links for businesses and residents to connect to the world. And whereas for over 49 years, the Guam International Airport Authority has been an essential driver of Guam's economic engine, infusing over $2.3 billion annually through its operation.
Now therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Octu Maget Lahin Guahan, Acting Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim January 2025 in recognition of the 49th anniversary of the Antonio B. Wampat International Airport Authority, Guam.
In witness whereof, I, Frank F. Bloss Jr., Acto Segundo Magalayan Guahan, Acting Lieutenant Governor of Guam, hereby, together with the Acto Magalayan Guahan, cause the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the capital city of GIAA on the 17th day of January in the year of our Lord, Anno Domino, 2025.
Viva Airport Authority!
Thank you so much, Ricky, and thank you so much to our acting governor and our acting lieutenant governor. Before we conclude, I do want to call everyone up for a group photo, and I will end our live stream event. Thank you so much, and happy Airport Week.